yoga, meditation, Zen, namaste, all things we've heard of or even practice but may not know the purpose of, or that they share something in common. They're all a part of the ancient practice of Buddhism. Buddhism first came on the scene during the 6th century. Yes, 6th century, when Siddhartha Gautama taught the life of Buddha in India. The life of Buddha consists of the Eightfold Path and Four Noble Truths, which ultimately lead to nirvana. No, not that one, this one. The enlightenment or complete awareness of peace and joy. Well, fast forward to now, and Buddhism has become one of the most practiced religions by over 1.2 billion people all over the world. There are many types of Buddhism, but one that has really gained traction is Western Buddhism. Today, Western Buddhist temples can be found all over the country, including right here in Kansas City at the Temple Buddhist Center. So what exactly is Western Buddhism? Here to enlighten us is TBC's director, Victor Doherty.
And so the spiritual path, especially in the Buddhist practice, is this invitation to just go deeply within and really experience what it's like to be. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to add to yourself, nothing to take away, to experience being a perfect expression of consciousness, of awareness.
What makes it so Western?
All the different cultures, would co-create and co-develop a new form of spirituality, which would be whatever this blend of Buddhism and the culture at the time is. So when Buddhism came to the West, well, what's the West all about? Hello, Freud.
Right, yeah.
It's all about psychology,
Yeah.
We're really huge into studying behavior and the way the mind works. Well, this found an absolute husband or wife in Buddhism. I mean, they married. It's like, oh my gosh, everything that Buddhism was saying could now actually be clinically, empirically proven or shown. And so now Buddhism is going, oh, that is so cool. You proved it. And Western psychology is going, oh my God, that's so cool because you're adding an element of spirituality to our rather sterile, clinical approach to psychology.
And he's not wrong. Therapeutic schools such as cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, and many others are all rooted in this Buddhist practice because, according to Victor,
psychology can be incredibly transformative, and Buddhism offers that path to what's happening when people break free of certain psychoses, neuroses, fear, greed, hatred, or when they see their delusions, they start to wake up, but they don't have a reference for that. It's like, oh my God, everything's changing. I don't understand what's happening to me. Buddhism steps in and says, here, let me help you. What's happening is a beautiful, wonderful thing. As Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh says, waking up is when the wave realizes it's water. And all of a sudden, there's this incredible marriage between spirituality and psychology, and it's incredibly powerful.
But these practices are not only limited to a Buddhist temple or your therapist's office anymore, as yoga studios are practically everywhere, meditation studios have become a thing, and people don't even need to leave their house to find Buddhist temples, as apps such as Calm, Headspace, and many other resources make this Eastern philosophy and Western psychology ready at your fingertips. One practice that has really taken flight recently is mindfulness, or as John Kabat-Zinn defines, the awareness that emerges through paying attention on purpose in the present moment and non-judgmentally to the unfolding of experience moment by moment. So with the rise of Western psychology, should Eastern philosophy be worried? Victor shares his thoughts.
this at first bothered me, and I went to my teacher and I'm like, okay, everybody is selling these $500 mindfulness courses or mindfulness workshops, and this is a bunch of hooey. They're just taking these people's money and teaching them just one itty bitty little tiny aspect of this process of waking up.
But these apps are only a piece of Buddhism. What are they missing? Well, according to Victor, nothing. Yet.
If people, are finding different practices outside of a temple, are they still getting the same effect?
Yes, because remember, we're all the unity has this great saying that I really love, which is we are spiritual beings having a human experience, not the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
So when you realize that, when you really embody that, that means that we're all on a spiritual path. Mm-hmm. Some of us just wake up to that path. Others still they're not aware of it. They're unconscious. In some parts of the world, it's seen much more like a practice, like yoga. Mm-hmm. So therefore, one can have a faith. I have people who are from the Islamic tradition, the Judaic tradition, the Christian tradition, who are still what they consider practicing Buddhists, because you can have a faith and still be a practicing Buddhist.
And interestingly enough, this has always been the case.
In many ways, treated as a religion. And so there was kind of a monastic approach. So the lay people, the householders, would take care of farming and manufacturing and keep the villages going and soldiering and all this stuff. And the monks and the nuns were looked upon to hold the high ground, to help raise consciousness for all beings, And then later on, there was this kind of kept growing apart. And as Buddhism grew, a lot of people started to realize that, wait a minute, the Buddha didn't say that this is only for a few people. The Buddha said anyone can wake up.
What's brought people to Buddhism? Well, the simple answer:
fear. Fear is also got this platform and this megaphone and is louder than ever because fear is screaming, look out, watch out.
And afraid we are. According to the CDC, the COVID-19 pandemic has seen a 30.9% increase of anxiety and depression, and mental health apps have had millions of downloads. Headspace alone has users spending 90% of their day on it.
I really do think that people are waking up all around the world very quickly. Mm-hmm. And so at Temple Buddhist Center, we are constantly growing with, changing and transforming with the teachers, the science, the writings, the experiences that evolve with us as we evolve, and then we can kind of learn, midstream, so to speak, what's going on. So it's kind of hard to define because it's new and it's growing and it's changing.
This is especially true as Western psychology continues to use Eastern philosophy. Neuroscientists are becoming more and more fascinated with the effects of consciousness and mindfulness. At this rate, more and more people will only continue to wake up. In the meantime,
for anyone that's looking right now, how can they find you?
Well, they can simply go to templebuddhistcenter.com, or we're also on Facebook, Temple Buddhist Center, and we even have a YouTube page, Temple Buddhist Center on YouTube, and there are literally hundreds of Dharma talks from our Sunday talks on our YouTube archive. So if you get to a Temple Buddhist Center page that's only got 2 or 3 videos on it, that's not ours. Okay. Ours has quite a few on there. So I hope that this was helpful to both you and your studies, as well as any folks that you might be sharing this with. So, and again, let me know if I can ever be of any more assistance.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.